Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your daily advice reading for May 17th, 2016. So thank you for being here with me, and this is a general reading looking at the energies surrounding us at this time, what we need to be aware of, what we need to know, and how we can use these energies for our highest good. So this is a reading going out to everyone, and please don't get stuck on the date. Whenever you do hear this message is when it will do the most good for you to hear. So just keep an open mind and keep an open heart to receive the guidance and the messages that make sense to you, that resonate with your situation, and that gives you guidance you can use and apply to what you're going through. So the first card we have, representing the energy of the past on our current situation, the influence of the past on our current situation, is the Hermit. And you have two major we have two major arcana cards in this reading. So this is talking about life-changing events. It's talking about this being an important day for our future. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your actions, keep them positive, keep them in the direction of your desired outcome, in the direction of your highest good, definitely. With the Hermit and the influence of the past on our current situation, the Hermit talks about that time in our lives when we've had to separate ourselves from a situation. We've had to take a step back from other people's dramas. We've had to take a step back and clear our head, clear our heart, find answers, and search for those answers within as opposed to around us from other people. The Hermit card is talking about that time when we become aware that the answers we're looking for are already within us, and so we take that step back and we separate ourselves from the world and other people to be able to pray, to be able to meditate, focus on connecting with our spirituality and allowing for our intuition to speak to us, for our inner guidance to come to the surface, okay? And receiving answers and receiving valuable information through this that we can apply to our circumstances and make them better. In our present situation, we have another major arcana card, and this is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant talks about tradition, and the Hierophant talks about things being done a certain way, a proper way, but this can be confining, okay? The Hierophant can be a confining energy when we are pushed to change, when we are guided to change our circumstances. If we're trying to take this energy of expansion and try to put it in this confined box that the Hierophant talks about in this situation, in this reading, where it's how do you do things? There are certain orders to things, there is a certain way you do things, there are certain traditions that need to be upheld, there are certain processes you need to go through, and so on and so forth. There's a strict structure that you need to go through in order to move upward, and so on and so forth. I feel like if we try to take that expansive energy and apply it to this small box of tradition and organization, it's just going to take us to a place of being overburdened, to a place where we can't move forward, where we're stuck, where we have made ourselves become stuck, okay? There is a point to tradition, don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place where tradition is important, whereas it is important to follow a certain structure. It is important to follow a certain list of steps in order to get somewhere. But I feel like this is a day for us to really strive for change, okay? There's a lot that's going to be happening today. Some of these changes are going to be expected. Some of these changes are going to be unexpected. We are meant to go with the flow. So this is telling you that your traditions, the structure that you have followed until now, it has served a purpose. It has gotten you this far. But the Hierophant is also a number 5 card. So it also talks about having those structures and that well-structured organization in place to be a foundation for us, okay? To be the ground level, if you will. But when you have a solid foundation, you can afford to be creative. You can afford to go out into the world, be expansive, because you have something to fall back on. Hopefully I'm making sense. So if you were, okay, I'll give you an example. If you were, for example, you were raised a certain way, you have your traditions given to you, passed down to you by your parents, your grandparents, and so on. They have taught you to live a certain way. You have that foundation. It is within you. You cannot separate yourself from that. You cannot just throw it out the window, because it's a part of who you are. It's how you were brought up to be. But it allows you to test things. It allows you to go out into the world and try new things, be creative, be expansive, get yourself in new circumstances, get yourself, in new situations with new people, get new energy into your life, and see where that takes you. Because in this situation, your foundation will help you be grounded through everything that is happening. No matter how far you get to, you will always have your feet planted firmly on the ground because of this foundation that you have within you. You know what's right, you know what's wrong, you know what the right thing to do is in a certain situation, and so on and so forth. Okay, so hopefully this example is making sense to you. When you don't have that foundation, that structure, okay, that is a part of who you are, you're always just trying new things, but you never settle. You don't, because you don't know what is right, what is wrong, potentially. You don't know. You weren't taught to think in terms of what is best for me and what is not for me, what is my path and what is a distraction. So you're always jumping from one thing to the next. You're never settling down, and you're never building anything that has a solid foundation. Okay, so hopefully that metaphor makes sense. So yes, you have 2 5 cards. Okay, we have 2 5 cards in our reading, and a 10 is 5 plus 5 as well. So this is telling me that this is going to be a day of change. This is going to be a day of transition, transformation. It is important to go with the flow. It is important to be grateful for our traditions and be grateful for the way we were raised. That foundation that was given to us, that is a part of us. It's important that we're grateful for that. Okay, and we put it on the back burner, so to speak, and we try new things. Because you cannot expand and be spontaneous if you're trying to stick to the rules that were given to you, if you're trying to stick to a certain set of steps that you have to go through. Absolutely. Okay, you cannot be spontaneous when you have a to-do list. Okay, you know what I mean? So this is a day for us to be open to change. Some things are going to be expected, some things are going to shake us up, some things are going to throw us for a loop. What are we going to do with that? Are we going to step away from it and turn back to what we know, what is familiar, that maybe wasn't the best thing? Or are we going to give it a chance? Are we going to be open to it and embrace it? Okay, see where it takes us, because we know that no one can take that foundation away from us. No one can take the way we were raised or the way we were brought up to be away from us. Okay, so it's important that we're grateful for that, but this is a day when we are being guided to go outside of that, to pursue greatness, to pursue new things, fantastic things. So this is a card that is telling you, don't stick to that list today. It has a purpose, but it's not useful for you today. Don't stick to the list. This is a day for you to think big. This is a day for you to be expansive. This is a day for you to dream, okay, and be free to dream. Try new things. Be spontaneous, definitely. And because if we try to stick to what we know, we're just going to end up in this situation with the 10 of Wands or the 10 of Rods, where yes, we have our responsibilities that we are upholding and we're okay, but we don't look very happy in that card because our heart is covered. So our dreams are not expressed, our passions are not expressed. We do not try new things. We're just holding on to our responsibilities, okay? And we don't want to get to that because we have this beautiful energy of change. We have this beautiful energy of transformation, transition. Things can be what we want them to be at this time. It is also a message for us to keep things positive. We are always creating, regardless of if our thoughts are positive or negative. We're always creating. So if we're focusing on beauty and abundance, that is what we're creating. If we're focusing on our fears, our doubts, our anxiety, that is what we're bringing into our lives, into our reality, okay? So definitely focus on the positive. Don't hold back. Don't question yourself. Don't doubt yourself. If you feel you need to take the step and make this big change today, definitely go with the flow, okay? Go with the flow. Don't be afraid of letting go and moving away from what is familiar, what has been in place for years and years for you, what you know already. Maybe it's not, been the best, but it's familiar. It's what you know. It's what gives you comfort. But this is a day, remember, to push outside of your comfort zone. You're so much more than your list. You're so much more than your traditions, okay? And by that I mean family traditions, things you do, and the things you do, when you do them, the way you do them, and so on and so forth, okay? But you are so much more than what you were brought up to be, because your parents gave you that foundation in order for it to be exactly that, a foundation, okay? But you're supposed to build on top of that. You're supposed to have that foundation as an anchor, but go out into the world, discover who you are, what you want to be, what you want to accomplish, and then continue to build upon the foundation they gave you. It's not that the foundation that they gave you is the end of all things, okay? It is exactly who you are. That's it. That's who you're supposed to be, okay? They're just giving you a direction. They're just giving you an indication, something to fall back on, something to draw your strength from, inner beliefs, and so on and so forth. But it's up to you to go out and conquer the world. Go out and expand yourself, expand your thinking, pursue your dreams, pursue your passions. So today, obviously connect to your own intuition, do what is right for you. But I would definitely suggest that you try something new, one thing that is new, one thing that is different, one thing that takes you the least bit outside of your comfort zone, and see what happens. See where you are taken, okay? See the new world that is being opened up to you today. So okay, and the Hierophant is also a card that talks about blessings and protection. So you are being blessed, you are being protected through these changes that you're guided to make today. So if you have any doubts or questions about that, talk to your angels, talk to your spirit guides. They will tell you exactly that they have put this energy of change on your path in order for you to take advantage of it, okay? And you are being protected through whatever changes are happening. If you don't like where the change takes you, you can always fall back to your foundation, okay? But definitely expand your thinking today. Try new things today and see what happens, okay? So that's the message that I have for you for May 17th, 2016. I do hope the reading makes sense to you. I hope it applies in some way, or it helps you in some way. Let me know if it does, and let me know how your day is going if you want to. I hope we all have a beautiful day. I'm excited. I'm curious to see where it takes us with all the new energy that is coming in and all the changes that we're about to start making. So hope we all have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care.